Good day, people. I'm Hira Deepika. In Ponniyin Selvan, this is episode number 9. Where will Vanadi's husband come from? When will he come? What is his identification? Can you tell us all these things from the horoscope, sir? Asked Kundavai to the astrologer. Oh, yes, madam. Why not? I can say it very well. A prince for this lady is not from a faraway land. He is quite nearby. However, the brave warrior is not in this country right now. He has gone across the seas. Upon hearing these words, Kundavai looked at Vanadi. Vanadi tried to contain the happiness that bubbled in her heart, but could not do so. Her face showed it. Then who is he? What clan does he belong to? Any signs to recognize him? Oh, yes, there are very clear signs. A prince fortunate enough to marry this girl will have the sign of the conch and discus on his palms. There are signs in her too. Please ask this lady to show her feet a little bit. Her soul will surely have the line of the red lotus, said the astrologer. Tell us more about the man who's to become her husband, asked Kundavai. Yes, of course, I shall do so. The fortunate youth who will take her hand will be the bravest among brave. He will wear the victory garlands by fighting in the forefront of hundreds of campaigns. He will be a king of kings. With the praise and support of thousands of kings, he will sit upon the throne of an emperor for a long time. I do not believe your words. How is that possible? Asked Kundavai. Several emotions like eagerness, happiness, fear, doubt, worry were mixed on her face. If you don't believe my words today, there is no harm. In the future, you will definitely believe it, madam. Do remember this poor soul then. There's still one more thing. Please listen to that and then leave. There will be several obstacles and dangers for the young man who is to marry this princess. He will have several enemies, but all the dangers and obstacles will fly away in the end. Enemies will be totally destroyed. The Lord who attains this lady will cross all impediments and achieve great positions. There's something much more important than even this. Taye, I'm an old man. Therefore, I can reveal all without hiding anything. You should look at the stomach of this girl sometime. If you do not find the lines and sign of a banyan leaf on her stomach, I'll give up on my practice of astrology. Sir, what is so special about the sign of the banyan leaf? Don't you know who the Lord who reposed on the banyan leaf is? A son with the aspects of that great Vishnu will be born to her. Her Lord is likely to have all sorts of dangers, obstacles, impediments, and bad periods. But the son who is to be born to this lady will have nothing that is a deterrent. All that he thinks of it will be concluded. Anything he undertakes will be completed. His touch will be golden. Wherever he steps, it will be under his sway. Whatever land he looks upon, the tiger flag will be flying over it. Madam, the armies led by her son will flow in all directions with no hindrance like the fresh floods of the river Ponni. The goddess of victory, Jaya Lakshmi, will be his bonded slave. The fame of his native lands will spread across the worlds. The fame of his clan will last as long as this world exists. Astrologer spoke these words in a frenzied manner. Kundavai was looking at him with rapt attention, listening to every word he uttered. Akka, something is happening to me, said Vanadi and fell to the floor and fainted. Sir, please fetch some water quickly, said Kundavai and placed Vanadi's head over her lap. Kundavai sprinkled the water on her friend's face brought by the astrologer. Do not worry, Amma. Nothing will go wrong, said the astrologer. I'm not worried. This is her habit. This has happened to her 4 or 5 times till now. She'll wake in some time, said Kundavai. Then, in much softer voice, Kundavai asked, Sir, I came to ask you something very important. Do you have any news? I hear that people in the countryside and cities are talking about all sorts of things. The long tailed comet, which has been appearing in the skies for some time. Is there some meaning to all this? Is there some danger to the empire? Will there be any change or confusion? My lady, don't ask me about that. There's no horoscope for kingdoms, nations, or political events. Neither can I predict anything by astrology about them. I know nothing about such matters through science that I practice. Perhaps the seers and philosophers or the devout souls may be able to foresee something. This poor fellow does not have such powers. In politics, the stars and planets of astrology have no power. Sir, you talk very skillfully. You don't have to study the horoscope of the nation. But can you not reveal particulars about my father and my brothers? Isn't studying their horoscopes like looking at the horoscope of the nation? I'll look into them at leisure and tell you later. Taye, in general, this period is full of confusion and danger. All of us have to be a little careful. With the grace of the goddess Durga, all will be overcome. Akka, where are we? Did I faint? Asked Vanadi in a faint voice. No, you did not faint. You took a nap on my lap. Please do not scold me, Akka. Without my awareness, I felt dizzy. I told you already that I did not want to visit the astrologer, but you insisted. Yes, it is my fault. I should not have taken a poor-spirited person like you anywhere. Saying so, both of them walked towards the house entrance. Please be patient, Taye. I shall give you some sacred offerings of the goddess. Please receive them before you go, said the astrologer. Sir, you describe all sorts of things for me, but you will not say anything for Akka. About the bravest of warriors who is to marry Akka. When will that handsome prince come, and where will he come from? Oh, how will he come? Upon a horse or on a chariot? By walk? Or will he rip open the roof and jump down from the skis? Asked Kundavai in a mocking voice. Akka, I can hear the hoof beats of a horse, Vanadi said in an agitated tone. By now, all three could hear the quick gallop of a horse on the road outside. At this time, they could also hear some confused noises outside the door. Voices could be heard. Is this the astrologer's house? Yes. Who are you? Is the astrologer home? You cannot enter. I'll do so. I cannot let you. I must see the astrologer. Come later. I cannot come later. I'm in a great hurry. Hey, you fellow, stop. Damn it, move away. I'll kill you if you stand in my way. Sir, please don't enter. Please don't go in. The confused shouts came closer and closer. The wooden front door opened with a bang. With all this great commotion, a young man made a sudden entry. Another fellow was trying to drag him back by pulling at his shoulders. The youth shook off the hands, stepped across the doorway, and came into the room. Our listeners would have guessed the identity of the newcomer. Yes, it is our very own charming hero, Vandiyadevan. All three of them inside the house looked at the warrior. Vandiyadevan also looked at the people inside. No, He looked at only one person inside. Not even that person completely. He just saw her golden face. Did he at least see her face properly? No. He saw the petals of her coral red lips opening slightly with surprise. He saw her wide open eyes brimming with mischief, surprise, and laughter. He saw the dark eyelashes and eyebrows. He saw the sandal colored forehead. He saw the rosy dimpled cheeks. He saw the throat shaped like a smooth conch shell. He saw all these at the same time and individually. They became embossed in his heart. All this was for just a second. He quickly turned towards the astrologer's disciple and said, "Why didn't you say that these ladies were inside the house? If you had told me, would I have barged in like this?" With these words, he pushed the man outside and crossed the doorstep once again. Even then, he turned to look at Kundavai once more before going out. Dear me, it seems like the quiet sea after a raging storm. "Sir, who was that?" asked Kundavai. "I do not know, Taye. Seems like a foreigner. Looks as if he's a rough fellow." Kundavai suddenly thought of something and laughed brightly. "Why are you laughing, Akka?" asked Vanadi. "Why am I laughing? We were talking about my bridegroom. If he would come on horseback, riding an elephant, or would jump down the roof. I thought of that and laughed." Vanadi too laughed at Kundavai's joke. Immersed in silent thought, the astrologer gave kumkum to both the ladies. After receiving it, both the ladies walked outside. The astrologer went along. Vandiyadevan, who was standing aside near the doorstep, saw them and said loudly, "I beg your pardon. This genius did not tell me that you ladies were inside. That is why I entered in such a hurry. Forgive me for that." With a pleasant face and mischief-filled teasing eyes, Kundavai looked up at him once. She did not reply him. She took hold of Vanadi's hand and walked towards her chariot under the banyan tree. The women of Kudandai seem to be having no manners. Can they not utter even a word in reply to a gentleman who approaches them? The words of Vandiyadevan, spoken in a loud voice, could be heard by everyone. After both the princes boarded the chariot, the horse-drawn chariot moved swiftly towards the banks of river Arisil. Vandiyadevan stood watching till the chariot disappeared from sight. Don't we have to disclose how Vandiyadevan, whom we had left in a ferry boat on the banks of the Kollidam, arrived at the doorsteps of the astrologer of Kudandai? The Saivite, who objected having Alvarkadiyan in the boat, turned towards Vandiyadevan and said, "I let this fellow get in because of you, Thambi. However, as long as we are in this boat, he should not utter that 8-lettered word. If he says it, I shall demand that he be thrown into this Kollidam. These boatmen are my men." "Dear Sir Nambi, did you hear it?" asked Vandiyadevan. "If this fellow does not utter the 5-lettered word, I too shall not utter the holy name of 8 letters, said Nambi. The 8-lettered word is the name of Vishnu, Namo Shri Narayanaya, worshipped by the Vaishnava people. And on the other hand, the 5-lettered word is Namah Shivaya, denoting Shiva, worshipped by the Saivites. The debate continued, and at a point the Saivite became furious and jumped upon the Vaishnava Nambi. Since both of them entered into a fist fight at one end of the boat, it seemed as if the ferry boat would soon capsize. One of the boatmen and Vandiyadevan intervened and separated them. "Oh, you great devoted souls! Both of you seem to have a wish to drown in the floods of this Kollidam. and go directly to the paradise. But I still have unfinished business left on this beautiful earth, said Vandiyadevan in a disgusted tone. One of the boatmen articulated his opinion. I am not sure if one would definitely enter paradise if he falls into the Kolidam, but I guarantee that you would enter the crocodile's mouth, pointing at a crocodile with its terrorizing wide open jaws. I am not at all scared about those crocodiles. Would he not come to my aid, Lord Narayana, the original god who saved the elephant Gajendra from such a crocodile? Where would he go? Said Alvarkadiyan. Where would he go? Perhaps he is hiding in the sari folds of the ladies of Vrindavan. It would be appropriate to explain our listeners at this time why the Saiva devotee and Alvarkadiyan are arguing in such a fashion. Let's catch up on the details of why there was similar wordy duel at Veeranarayanapuram too in the next episode. Please do like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel to continue listening to this wonderful epic novel. Thank you.